Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going on for you this week in terms of love. Here we have the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Devil in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it's really positive that we start off with the Three of Pentacles. This is really saying that this person wants to come to healthy compromises with you. They want to have healing. They want to work together. They want to have that harmony between you both. And this is really showing that this person is putting in the hard work. I'm picking up a lot of fear of getting hurt here. There's the Devil energy in reverse. So there may be a lot of triggering happening within your connection. This connection may feel very threatening for this person. Like they may feel as though you have a very powerful energy, and if they're not careful, if they don't like defend themselves, then you could kind of steamroller all over them, even though that's not your intention at all. But they fear, it's like they're very intimidated by your energy. You're very powerful, and they're afraid like of annihilation in some kind of way. It could be like their ego is fearful of being crushed, but that may well need to happen within this connection in order for them to reconnect with their true self, have faith in the divine. So this person is in their thoughts a lot. There's the Five of Swords in reverse, so there may have been a lot of conflict between you both, or this person's just very afraid of conflict, so they've been pushing you away. You may have unintentionally pushed them away as well. Like there could be a lot of misunderstandings. It could be an energy of someone being very cold and distant and being very quiet, that it's like they're observing you from afar. Or it could be this person, or you know, one of you could be more aggressive, not in like a violent way, but more in terms of getting things done, getting to the point. Maybe one person is coming across as more blunt than the other to the other person, and so someone's very gentle, maybe very passive. The other person may be very action oriented, very, you know, wanting to talk things through, and this person feels very scared about that. It's like they're feeling continually pulled out of their comfort zone, and it's like they're afraid. They may be afraid that this is a toxic connection because of so much triggering that's happening. They feel like they have to protect themselves. It's very overwhelming, very overpowering for them. And I don't feel like any of this is like intentional on your part or anything like that. It's just the energetic dynamic between you both. So they've either pushed you away or you've pushed them away. It could be mirrored, but in different ways. Like you're maybe wanting them to open up more, and they're really, really struggling with that. And so you're feeling like you withdraw into yourself because they've gone cold on you, or you're just feeling annoyed because you know they're thinking things and feeling things, but they're just staying silent and not expressing that. You may have pushed them away indirectly by trying to go faster than what they feel ready for, or trying to communicate more than they're used to. Perhaps they came from a family where there wasn't that much communication about emotions. Someone, you know, this person may have conflict avoidance. They don't know how to feel confident in expressing their point of view. Could be a dynamic where one of you grew up with a lot of conflict, the other conflict was avoided, or it could be that you both grew up in a lot of conflict or a lot of avoidance. Something like that is really triggering so much. There's the Three of Swords here, the Heartbreak card. They may have pushed you away or run away. They feel heartbreak. You may have walked away and they're feeling this heartbreak now. They're there has been a lot of toxicity coming up within the connection. It's like the false self has been triggered within you both, or the pain body, childhood wounds have been triggered a lot within you both. It is more positive that the Devil and the Five of Swords are in reverse, because the Devil in reverse is like beginning to see beyond the triggering. It's like when the triggering took over in the past, one of you or both of you couldn't see clearly, and all this pain come up, and all this fear about being open and vulnerable, and very like intense, messy kind of energy. But it's like noticing that now, beginning to clear that out. There is the Four of Swords, which is the healing card, but there may be this back and forth kind of energy where things are going well for a while again, and you start to get comfortable and then, you know, change, as Eckhart Tolle says, change doesn't occur in your comfort zone. It happens when there's adversity. So you may feel like you get comfortable, but then the rug's pulled from beneath you again. There's a misunderstanding, there's someone going cold, or there's like direct conflict and arguments or something like that. But there's very much this sense that you both want to come to that balance, want to come to that harmony, but it's a very like rocky road, a rocky journey to get there. So let's pull some clarifying cards. All of the message cards in today's reading are my own creation. What's this person thinking and feeling about you at this time? Yeah, you've both been problem solving. And we have the Magician. I've mastered how to make this work. So there's a sense that you've both come to some sort of understanding, whether you've communicated that or not, of how to avoid this push and pull energy, how to avoid being triggered so much, how to come out of the pain body, out of the shadow side, how to heal yourself so you can have a healed and harmonious connection. So this person has figured something out. There's a positive change, transformation. This person may be in the process of trying to prove themselves to you that they have transformed in some kind of way, and vice versa. I know this is spiritual. This is the Hierophant card, so they're very much dedicated to this divine bond, this divine connection that they have with you. They may eventually want to marry you, you know, if you're not already married. Some of you may be, but the Hierophant can be the marriage card as well. But they're trying to be more conscious, be more in their spiritual soul truth, rather than the ego that gets triggered all the time. I won't ever give up on us. This is the Knight of Swords. So this person is going to fight for your connection. They want truth, they want honesty, they want you to both be your authentic selves. They want harmony. They are putting in the work to make your connection work. So you may hear from them some kind of communication soon as well, because the Knights are the messengers cards. Yeah, so they may feel some sort of regrets when they were triggered. They may have reacted in an unconscious way. Their pain body was triggered, but now we have the Three of Pentacles again. I want you to be so proud of me. So they're actively trying to put their best foot forward now. They're trying to stay conscious and do the right things and not be so reactive, because they realize your connection goes down into a downward spiral when there's a lot of pain and reaction being thrown around. Yeah, look, I will express my truth to you. Ace of Swords. So they're going to communicate to you very soon. The Ace of Swords is also seeing clearly. It's about victory. It's cutting the ties. It's ending that old cycle of the drama, basically, or the pain and triggering. But yeah, there may be a lot on this person's plate. There's too much to juggle. The Two of Pentacles. So they could be struggling with money potentially. They could be struggling with some kind of stories that they've subconsciously attached to circumstances in their past or in their present, where it's eating away at their self-esteem. They may feel it's kind of like a complicated process to not be triggered and try and maneuver through these challenges that you're both going through. And we have the Lovers. This is the love of a lifetime. So they feel that you are soulmates. They feel like you are meant to be together. When things are harmonious, it's so beautiful, and they really love you. They really cherish your connection, and so they want all the time to be like that, or as much time as possible. So let's look at some more messages cards. Again, all of the message cards are my own creation. In today's reading, we have our Eternal Love, which we're going to start off with. Then we'll look into the I Love You to the Moon and Back cards, followed by the messages from the Divine Masculine cards, and then we'll pull messages out of the bag, look at the divination dice and the charms. So what is this person thinking and feeling about you at this time? Yeah, they want you to be proud of them, because we have, I'm so grateful for all that I have learned from you and our connection. Thank you. So this connection, there has been a lot of the pain body coming up, but it has led to awakening and shifts and healthy compromise, not only within your connection, but seeing your past in a different way, becoming much more self-empowered. And they're so grateful for that, and they see you as a very strong person, and so they want to be in their strength as well. I was too afraid to tell you how much I love you. So yeah, this person had difficulties expressing their emotions, expressing their feelings for you, but they're going to come forward with the communication soon. So it may well be them telling you how much they love you and how grateful they are for you and the connection that you share. You're the first thing I think of when I wake up, and the last thing I think of before I go to sleep. So you're always on their mind. I see them just feeling very uplifted when they think of you, when they're like in a centered place. But this can also indicate that they have a lot of fears and worries that come up. They can be very neurotic. They can imagine worst case scenarios kind of thing, and then they get very fearful, and then they can kind of shut down sometimes, trying to avoid that outcome, which may well just all be in their head. Yeah, look. I can't sleep at night because I'm worried about our connection. How do we make it work? So yeah, they really want it to work out. They really want that peace in the connection, but they want that peace of mind, because it's almost like when you don't have peace of mind as individuals, it's coming up a lot within the connection, creating a lot of distress. But a lot has happened between you both. There's too much water under the bridge. I don't know how we could ever come back from that. So this person, they do have fears that too much damage has been done, and maybe you can't repair the connection, because we do have the Four of Swords in reverse, which is also that healing in reverse. So they do have intense fears that whatever's happened cannot be repaired. They may fear that they've lost you. Let's look at the I Love You to the Moon and Back cards. I thought I could run away from my healing work. Instead, I ran into so much drama that I'm forced to heal myself. So this was out of the frying pan into the fire. Like they were trying to avoid something that their soul really needed them to face. And so when they ran away, something else happened which was equally as challenging, and it forced them to do the healing work. I can't get you out of my head. So again, another card of them thinking about you. They're having sleepless nights. Heartbreak card came out. Three of Swords. Whoops. Please love yourself first. The magnetic pole lessens when you don't. So there is definitely this feeling that both of you need to work on the self-love. Oops, because it's an energetic dynamic. We cannot, excuse me, trying to pick up the card. We cannot align, oh God, with a healthy relationship with someone else if we don't have that self-esteem within. Okay. So I love how you make me feel like $1 million. I don't want to get close, shatter your dreams, and lose your adoration. So there's an element here of trying to be kind of mysterious or keeping some kind of distance. They may feel like being mysterious is like a good quality to have, but it may really annoy the other person who just wants that closeness. And then a lot of it's like triggering each other, and then a lot of pain comes up. You weren't accepting the real me, so I had to pretend to be someone you would love. Okay, so they felt like you weren't truly accepting them for who they really are in this present moment. So they were keeping their distance. Maybe they felt criticized a lot or something like that, and it was painful for them to feel criticized or feeling like you weren't fully accepting them for who they truly are, and it felt like an indirect rejection. Oh man, sorry, I can't pick that one up. It says, you mean the world to me. You're so beautiful. So they see you as this beautiful divine feminine. They see you as very physically attractive. They see you as very strong. This is true love. So yeah, they feel that you have this unconditional love. They may have doubted the love at times, and you may have done as well, when there was so much drama, so much pain coming up. But it's like deep in their heart, they know it is true love. They know it's just misunderstandings and insecurities kind of flaring up. What's my purpose? Okay, so this is really positive. It's saying that they've had an epiphany to the point of looking deeply into themselves and asking themselves, what is their purpose? And we have, interestingly, I'm struggling with money. And there was the Two of Pentacles where it said about them needing to juggle, and that often means juggling finances. And the Three of Pentacles came out a lot as well. So they may be trying to work on building up their finances, their career. They want to be recognized. They may be feeling kind of embarrassed perhaps because of their financial situation. Give me some space right now. Okay. So yeah, this person, I do feel like they have a tendency to isolate themselves and think a lot, and there's some sort of adversity in their life or in their mind that they're trying to figure out. It may be an ongoing kind of thing, like they're in their man or their woman cave trying to figure things out for themselves, and whilst they're in that man cave, it's like they've completely shut themselves off from you and other people and the world around them. So let's pull some messages out of the bag next. Overthinking, definitely. I feel like they're learning to try and be more present and actually live their life rather than getting stuck in thinking about the past or worrying about the future, because when we do that, we're not present. So this person is working on presence. Yeah, look, we have problem solving. So being in the man or the woman cave, trying to figure things out, they're trying to figure out your connection and how to really, really heal it. Karmic contract. So for some, this could be that this is a karmic relationship. It may indicate that it's not going to be a lifelong relationship, but it's about learning lessons. But obviously it can mean that you are destined to be together, but there's a lot of karma from past lives, a lot of soul lessons that you agreed to learn from each other, and that is why it's so triggering at times. Yeah, it's this feeling of unworthiness within you both that keeps coming up. And that's the main thing that needs to be worked on healing through this connection, I feel. Yeah, this person has a lot of regret. That's why they're trying to prove themselves right now and truly be like the best version of themselves, because they realize that you do deserve the best. So let's see what divination dice come out. Here's the duck. This always reminds me of, in the UK, they have these like duck boats on some lakes, and it reminds me of the Six of Swords, which is moving out of adversity, moving out of the choppy waters into a calmer, brighter future, into healing, into awakening. It's really amazing. I actually saw a Six of Swords card, I think on someone else's channel, where the Six of Swords actually had a boat like a swan, sort of similar to this as well. Yeah, so there's the inner child wounds that keep triggering up. It's like you both feel incredibly vulnerable with each other, more so than you felt with other people. But also this is a rebirth that's going to happen within you both as individuals and within the connection. This person is like hypnotized by you. They find you totally amazing. They're besotted with you, hypnotized by you kind of thing. May have triggered up some of those self-esteem issues within them. They're going to walk their talk with the boot. The boot can be like putting your foot down as well, though. Someone stomping their feet, like having a childish kind of tantrum. But there's a transformation of that, because underneath that there is the skull and the bone, which is like the death card. Transformation. And there's the devil energy again. So yeah, a lot of pain coming up, a lot of wounds coming up. It could be toxicity, let's see what the charms have to say. Yeah, so someone has a lot of defenses up. With this cactus, it says don't be a prick. So if you got too close to this person, or if you withdrew too much, they may have lashed out and you got hurt. Or if you tried to get too close, you got hurt. Interesting, there's this Cinderella the pumpkin carriage, which is basically saying that this person doesn't feel good enough just the way they are. It's like Cinderella having the fairy godmother turn her into the appearance of like a princess, but then, so yeah, again, it could be to do with like finances, like they're embarrassed about their finances, or you could be in different social circles, they feel like you're out of their league. And just like Cinderella, when it strikes midnight, the spell's broken. They're afraid to get too close to you because you might see beyond their mask and the spell's broken, so they run away like Cinderella did. We have the crown ring here, which is the crown chakra. Rings are about commitment, being committed to the divine. But the crown chakra is about awakening, epiphany, seeing clearly. Yeah, and this is the crown chakra as well, so definitely seeing their truth. Major transformation occurring, major healing with the rainbow as well. That's like the healing of the chakras, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow kind of thing. Financial security coming to this person. Also, it can obviously be about pride. This person has been in a comfort zone though for quite a long time, but interestingly in the Lenormand card, fishes are about finances and abundance. But yeah, the fish can also be this person swimming around in circles in that tiny little bowl, but they're constantly looking outside of the walls of that bowl, looking outside of their comfort zone, dreaming, fantasizing about what they could have, but then continually staying in that comfort zone. Something significant may have occurred this holiday season, this Christmas. Or you could live in a place where there's snow, but they're feeling deeply romantic feelings for you at this time with the red glitter love heart. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.